we are going to work with Node.js, Express.js especially, and then also we want to work with MongoDB. Now let me open this W3 Schools site. Okay, W3 Schools. Here I write W3 Schools, Node.js, MongoDB. So this is the pretty understandable code. So create collection. So this is the continuing, and I assume that you have created databases, and also you have created the collection which has data. I will show you what does it have. So okay. So it have these values. So it is the continue of previous video. I will show you. So okay, collection. We will need this one. Find one. Okay, let me copy. So you can use var or let or anything like this. So we have, first of all, we will require MongoDB, Mongo client, and then this will be URL. URL to MongoDB, how you will connect. Then you have this one, Mongo connect URL function error database. So if there is error, it will show an error. And this is about database. Our database is called SDU. And also our collection is not called customers, but collection. So let's see what does it do. So again, as you see, we call this connect function, and when it is connected, it will call this function, which will do these things. Like it will say collection, it will call collection, and we will use find one empty dictionary. So it means that there is no we don't search for specific something data. Okay, and we then do like this. Not server example JS. Okay, move towards paste down, and we see what this shows. Mic. This is some warning. We don't have to bother us. So this finds one mic. So I change it, for example, to only result. So it says that Mike Jackson age 20. What else we can do? We can use query. So for example, I want to find all of these items. So you should see here this function to array. I write find not one but find, and here all again empty dictionary, and then I write here a result. Okay, let's call it results because it is in plural form. Okay, so this is not results, and so it shows some results data, but we have to okay, so I didn't made it to array. Find to array, and the data is this function. Yeah, so here you can write something empty array or empty dictionary, and it will be same. So it will find all of these students, and we can see them. Okay, and now we see that we see all 4 students that were previously added to these items, and this is Mike Jackson, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Andrew Ng, and it shows how many what are elements inside of it. What we can do else? We can do, for example, insert into collection. So it is done by this. You create object, something like this, and then you write insert one, you write my object, and then this will be like result of this function. We can also query, for example, like find. We can specify. We had, for example, student with name Jeff, and we write here name Jeff. Okay, it says Jeff Bezos. It find only one student who was available at that place. We can also use sort function, so sort my sort as previous, so it will some specific thing. So sort descending, it will be name 1. So let us also show how we can use this. So we'll need all students, but we need them sorted by, if you write name, so it will, okay, there is an error, we need it as a dictionary, as an object thing. So in this case they are sorted by name, so A is first, B, then G, then M, and you can write it like -1. So now they go descending order. What else can be? So this is the basic like appliance. Delete also, you can find it from this delete one. You also write my query. So this is like in find. When you write find and you specify what are you searching, you can also specify. So it will delete all items with address mountain 21. And drop collection, we don't add this. So update, you can also use update. Update, you say my query new values, so this will be these values. It will search for this address and will add new values. So it will find address value 335, and you have to specify this variable and specify name and address of this person. So we'll see later how it works. Okay, now so this is the first step. We saw how it works with database. So how it finds out, how you find, and so I save it for later to show you. Okay, so now we have this thing, and now let's assume that, for example, I need so I need to write the code here, localhost 3000 students, and I want to see students like here. So what I have to do to work it like this? As you remember, we had some code like this: app get students, and then we write request and result. And here we can write res send hello world. And also we need something like this to work it. App listen 3000, and okay. So this is some let's see what does it do. I again run it, and it says app is not defined. Okay, so we need it from example. So 3GS, and we had this app express. Let's copy this one. And require express. Okay, so what does it do? It says hello world, and now what is the problem? I want to display these students in the page, but there is a problem. So this functions, like when you call this function, after some time it will show you hello. So when you open it, it is asynchronous, so you don't know when it will be run. But when you trigger that, so when you press the button on this one, When you refresh it, it will send it, and at that time it will be done. Also, this one is also asynchronous. So first of all, you should connect to database, and only after that you will be able to run this query, like find me all in some sorted order, and only after finding it you will be accessed to this one. So we want to combine these two parts. So you say that so we can combine them in such way. Let's do. So what can I do? I can take this one code and put it into this point. So first of all, you should connect to database Mongo client. Then if it is connected, you are making this accessible, get students, and we are making this accessible so people are after this code can work with these URLs. And after that, you say that, for example, when there is a request for students, you take this part of code and put it here. So now, how does it work? It works now in this way. We copy this part. Okay. So this is this ones, and this one is this ones. Okay. So first of all, I connect to database, then I connect to students. I go when person is calling students, and after that you resend the request for MongoDB, and then it takes this, finds this answer, then you display it on results on console now. But let's see, does it work? Okay, it's listening. Okay, and it doesn't show an error. It says only hello world, but it displayed it to console. So you see that actually we are sending back this hello world, and what I want to do, I want to make this one as I want to show these results into HTML, into page. So what can I do? I can write it result HTML. And here I write empty string, then for let item of results, and I take item name, for example, and result HTML. And in the end, I instead of hello world, I write here a result HTML. So let's see what does it make. So instead of displaying results into console, so I can comment out it, I added it to HTML, and then instead of hello world, I put it result HTML. Let's run again. Okay, now it says Mike, Jeff, Bill, Andrew. Now let's make it more understandable. Like let's say that it is item surname, and also after each item surname we'll have this thing. And after this item surname we add this result HTML. So for example, we can make it result HTML breaking, and we can write here, like, for example, let's make it as a table. So now we have, this is the table actually, HTML code, and it displays in form of table. This is how we, for example, in this case, make it that, so when we request, it connects to that MongoDB, and then it connects, it finds the result, and then makes it, from it you make it HTML result by creating some HTML string. Okay, we make it. Okay. Now, what we have else? What we can else do? So, in this case, first of all, we can use template strings. So instead of this very long and cumbersome string, we can use this type of template. And we can remove these pluses and quotation marks, and we write it like this. So this one makes it much easier to work with strings and some variables, because you do not need to add this much pluses, so it makes it much better. Okay, now it works again. So it is same thing. This is like you can template, it's called template literals. So in with this quotation mark you can make HTML text with many lines, so it is much easier to write the code. What is else now? So okay, let me open these slides. Now we will see about template design. Okay, not this one. So this is called HTML strings, as we did it, like, so it's almost same. You have these literals, and now we can do it. We can see template engines. So as you see, our code is HTML code. How does it look like? So how it will be presented is mixed with HTML code. So when they are mixed, it means that they are when they are mixed, it means that it will be problematic to change something after that time. So you will have to find the special place where the code. So actually this, how does it look like, must be on other some page. So for these purposes there are templates engines, allows you to define templates in a text file, then fill out contents of the template in JavaScript. So there is a file which is where it is specified how does it look like, and there is some places where you will put variables. So your code will be different from this part. Now let's see template engine. So in this tutorial we will see handlebars. Actually there are these ones, handlebars, PUC, EJS or PAC. So they are different, but handlebars is most likely same as HTML. EJS also, PAC somehow different, but also has its own benefits. But we'll use handlebars. Handlebars is much easier, for example, than PAC, PUC or PAC. So you use these ones, your templates in handlebars files. Okay, and okay, so in this template you will have to create some folder. Actually this is not like it can be called differently, but by convention you can call it views, and here, for example, let's say students handlebars. Okay, so as you see, Visual Studio already recognized it, and you can write it, and it will help you to write without errors. So let's write it like this. For example, in handlebars, we will see something. Let's see this example. We have table. It is there is no will be data. There will be no data. But for example, let's say it will be h1 name. So let's start from simple example, and we'll need this code here. xphbs, then we will need this one and this one after the app. So handlebar system, express handlebar system create. So we use so this is express handlebars. We create this variable app engine. We explain that engine will be handlebars, and then you engine will be handlebars. Now it is ready to be used. Let's see the example. So here we had here a result sent, but instead of result sent, now we will use result sent, not sent but render. Word placeholders. Okay. So this is the name of students. Okay, let's say students, and then we should send it some variables, placeholders. We can also call it placeholders. So this will be isolated some variable where you can store variables, like say name. We say Jonathan, so how many name Jonathan, and then we send it here placeholders. So what does it mean? This part is about how we specify these things, and then you call this one render students. This is the folder. Inside of this folder, and placeholders. Okay, do we need some other things? Like actually we don't need. The first point is distinct name of without the handlebars extension, so it will find it. So actually a view file is like, it's by convention you should use file views, and let's make it again. Okay. Okay, so as usual, if it does make some error like this, you should remember to do something like this. In app npm install, you can write save express handlebars. Okay, so I maybe forgot sudo, but I didn't forget. Okay, so it's warnings, so I think it works. Okay, sorry. Okay, now it is listening to us. Open this one, no such file or directory. Okay, so it is expecting it to be in folder layouts. Okay, use layouts. Oh, sorry, not the example. Views, layouts, and okay. Yeah. So it is waiting for some main file. Why it is waiting for it? So this is how it works with multiple. So for example, like here we send the students and it is equal to results. And then when you open students handlebars, you can write like this table each students. So that means it will iterate over students, and then it will display each row. You can use this one. This means that this is variable, these variables, and also you can use this construction. Okay, so you can search for handlebars, for example, if conditions. So there are different usages. So as example, let's see. Okay, sorry, but it's okay. Let's continue. So by using this templates, okay, it's taught many things. Like let's say we use it handlebars for templating. So again, this handlebars, we need to not to write these things like these codes, and but instead of these codes, we store this HTML code here. So our code will be separated, our visualization will be separated from the logic. So we'll remove this one. We don't need this one. So our code became more neat. So we separated these things. It's main thing because most of our nowadays applications, they are stored in they are changed frequently, so you need to find place where you want to change from different places. So you separate logic from the this file placeholder. So we use template. Okay, we can also send some data. App post example. Okay, well, let's create some new file. Get student form. So we write request response, and let's say we again send results render. So we write students, not students here, but student form. So this this page will be for sending new students, student form, handlebars. Okay. Student form will contain form method, for example, post and action. Okay, new student. And here we'll write input type text. So we are going to make some page where we will enter some person name, and it will be added to collection. input type text, name, put the name, and also we have input type text, name, surname, and the input type submit. New student, so we are doing okay, let's see, does it work? Now of course I will need to restart it. Okay, student form. Okay, it works. Now I'm making some data. So I will press it and it will go to new student. So we will have to write it here. We'll write it as app post student form, same request response, and we'll need working. So okay, we can use this one. Request body as okay. Let me try it all of them. Yeah, so this is params. So let's say name is request param name. Let's surname request param surname, and we write it console log name surname. And I press submit. Cannot post new substudent. Cannot post new student. Oh, okay. So it's not student form, but it was new student. We go back and press again. I didn't send some request, but it undefined. Okay, so the error was I didn't add this part, body parser JSON, and now I use this one rec body surname, and I see them in console. Now I should do something like this. I should add these things to MongoDB to add this collection. So again I take this one, DBO collection, and insert one. Okay, let's see how it prints, like what it is, double equals MongoDB, and we will find it insert. So we have this one, insert one, and it contains object, so it is straightforward. You write name equal to name, and you write surname equal to surname, and in the end it should return some data. So when it finishes, it returns some error in database. And here, as before, we write it like this: if error, it should go to error, and we can, for example, say here result render or results sent. data is sent to Mongo. Okay, unless restart it, I press again. Okay, new student. Okay, let's go back. I do it like this. I press submit. Debug closes not the function, so this is an error. So so it is. It says that it's stored into Mongo, and we can go to students and see. So it was added 3 times. Actually, it was already sent, but because of this error, debug loss. Okay, so this was the debug was actually some data. So we shouldn't use this one. Because this must be not debug but result. So it already stored 3 times. So because of this, it contains 3 things. We can also create new function. For example, here I can add delete, but here